back to Valley Boys TCG. CK here with some more Battle Spirit Saga gameplay, and we're continuing our run with our Undead Dinos here. On the left, you see the Rubius come down straight into the Strong Draw. Very good start. Nice little red combo. And on the opposite side, my opponent is playing Surveyors. Now, Surveyors is an interesting little deck. It's very surprisingly aggressive. We see the Raptor Ether come down, a nice tech that combos very well with the Surveyors, as we'll see soon. And he's just going straight in with the aggression, swings with the Dino, and then it is our turn. Now, Surveyors is one of those that it looks like a fun deck, but it can be surprisingly aggressive since they're essentially, once you get two on board, they start multiplying and they start coming down for free. So if you don't deal with their board fast, it can really spam out surprisingly. So here we see the Dino Man come down. Now, the one thing that Surveyors has an issue with is that they're all 3 cost, so they are susceptible to blue. And we see Delaney come down. We had a debate whether Surveyor Delaney was male or female. We're not sure about that one. Maybe y'all can give us your opinions in the comments. But we already have our first Surveyor coming down. He's going to level it up there. Now, the interesting thing is Delaney combos very well with the Raptor here, because when it swings, it'll turn a 3-cost spirit to its highest level. So this is the nice little combo he has going on, where he is treating the Raptor as its highest level, therefore giving it Astral. So if I'm going to block something, this is the only thing I'm going to be able to block. We did put Rubius to level 2 so we can get that block off, and then we wouldn't, in our current situation, can't block the Raptor, so we decided to sacrifice Rubius for the draw with the Delaney swing, and then Raptor was going to be unblocked anyway. So now we have Volcanic Canyon coming down. That's what we need, and then into a Crimson Knight. Again, Crimson Knight, one of my favorite cards of this set. It's a really good spirit, especially for red and purple. So moving cores around, we decide to go ahead, and we have Curse. He doesn't really have anything to block with, so might as well just leave them all 1 core, swing in. He takes it to life, and then we end our turn there just so that we can have Dino Man as our big boy blocker there. So we see the Pale Naga come down, the purple Surveyor. So now he's got 3 colors on board. His white and yellow, green, those Surveyors can all come down for free at this point. So he swings Delaney to again trigger it for the Raptor. So we're going to block with Dino to get rid of that Delaney so we don't have any more of the Raptor shenanigans. Otherwise, he's going to have to really core up. And then because of the Pale Naga effect, we lose our Dino Man. Pale Naga's effect is when a Surveyor is destroyed, you can remove a core from one of your opponent's spirits. So in that instance, yeah, we definitely played into that. We should have cored up our spirits. We just forgot about the purple. And so they swing in, we take a damage, but we don't pay for the Ice Shield. We just use Ice Shield for the recovery, but we don't pay to end the turn. So the thought process here was we didn't want to end their turn. If they were going to go full aggressive, we want them fully exhausted. So that's why we kind of baited the Ice Shield but didn't end their turn. And now we ended up Burning Force anyway, so I guess we could have Ice Shielded if we needed to. We drew into the Burning Force. That helps clear board and really helps reset, because they have done some heavy damage. We've got some chip damage. We have them down to 3. We're down to 2. We don't have another Ice Shield, so we're going to have to stay defensive, because with the amount of cores they have, they can really spam out pretty fast. So here we see the Deadly Balance. Smart sequence there, Deadly Balance before he gets the Fang, and then another Delaney out. And so here he'll be able to do some stuff, and we're going to take that from life, and then he can attempt to go for game here, and yeah, he takes game. Yeah, the Surveyor came at us very, very fast. As you can see, it is a pretty decent aggro deck. We did not have a quick answer to that, so we're going to have to play a little more defensively here. We elect to go first again, and we start with the Volcanic Canyon. So they have the Fang out, they go straight for life. We start our stuff. We get our Dino in trash already, so that's the benefit of Canyon, getting our Dino out there. We go for the Crimson Knight. Now, we're clarifying here that the level 2 effect on Fang
It can't be destroyed by my spirit's effects, but we can still use magic. So we're lucky to see if we want to try to deal with it or if we have a way to deal with it yet. And we just pass turn so we can keep our Crimson Knight as our blocker. And let's see what Surveyor we have coming up next. And no, it is the Raptor. We see the Raptor come down already. The Raptor Delaney combo is one thing we have to be wary of. But it looks like he doesn't have Delaney in hand yet. So he's just going to pass turn there. And we get a second Dino out. And we decide to pay and get just a second Crimson Knight. So now we have some Cursed Spirits and Curse Confront Spirits. Both of them are currently with Curse and Confront. So we can go for board clearing here just by playing the aggro, but it looks like we're going to go down. We're going to force one Confront. And he's going to sacrifice the little Dino. And destruction effects do not work on Fang, so I'm going to go ahead. We see the Setsuna come down. So he's going to have some core ramping from the green Surveyor. And all the Surveyors are pretty interesting. Oh, Pale Naga is back out, so we're going to see some core drain there. The Surveyors are pretty interesting because they all basically have effects that correspond really with what their color does. So here's Setsuna come down. We're deciding whether or not we're going to block or if we're going to flash or do something here. And we decided to take it from life and do the Hellcrack. So we get to remove a core. And yes, we could have aimed for Fang, but we decided to let Fang go so that we could at least clear 2 spirits. And so this is the game we're playing now. We're trying to just do board control for the sake of knowing that if we can... It doesn't have a lot of draw. There's one Surveyor that does provide draw power, but he has not seen him yet. The red spirit is kind of the draw core here, and since it's not down, we're just trying to deal with the board, knowing that if we can keep their hand size to a minimum and kind of play the defensive game, we can try to gas them out until we get our bigger confront spirits to deal with the board. So here we're gonna go ahead and punch in for 1, and then probably leave Dino Man as our big blocker. And we're leaving 2 cores on him this time because we learned from our mistake last time that Pale Naga can deal with him. So knowing that they have limited hand size, Setsuna, another one comes down. And it looks like there's just 2 spare cores to deal with. So, yep, they just core up Setsuna past turn. So now we have to try to get some things going. We trash the Burning Force because I think they're both out of Burning Force range. And really, we're just going to have to use our Crimson Knight as our main board removal right now. Oh, we got another Gigano Rex coming down, so that's going to be big right now. Gigano Rex is going to be a very important way for us to deal with this board. So we're going to swing. We'll have Confront, so he'll choose who to sacrifice here. And it looks like we're going to see Fang go. He's going to elect to post-block Flash here, going with the Deadly Balance, so he can attempt to remove 2 of my attacks, block 1, and then if I destroy another, but we decide to go ahead and sacrifice the Gigano anyway. And now we have the Confront and Curse to deal with Setsuna, and we've got some board clear, and we'll go ahead and deal with 1 chip of damage because we noticed that his hand size is not there, so we're not really in lethal range. And then the Flash step in that attack step, he's going to flash another Deadly Balance to deal with us before ending the turn. Actually, no, that's to start the turn. He Deadly Balances to start the turn and then gets out the Fang. My mistake. He Deadly Balances to start his turn, then Fang. And now we're going to go ahead and pay for the Ritual Fire to deal with Fang because magic still works here. And so now we're in a very good position because of the resources. His hand size is down to 1. We're still cycling with Canyon. We haven't overextended ourselves. We have dinos in the trash, but we just haven't used the dino effect yet because really Crimson Knight's been holding it down for us, and Dino Man is the other one really holding it down. Now we see a Rubius come down, and now we can get the Dino Rubius combo here, where start of attack step will play out the, we see Star Bless, get some draws. So chances are right here, we're going to go ahead, since we've set up the Rubius, we want the combo going. So start of attack will play out the Dino, the big Dino. Oh, looks like we're not going for it this time. That's surprising. We just go ahead and try to swing out, see if we can proc his Ice Shield, if it is an Ice Shield, but no, he flashes the Ice Shield from hand and goes down to 1. So I guess he's waiting to see what he draws into, and he draws into the Star Blessed. So he uses it to play 2 more spirits out, but essentially he's just going to push for game. We have 1 blocker that we can sacrifice to Rubius to get the draw. And then he swings with the Soul Horse, and we just deadly balance to just clear board. And he has nothing in hand, so he has no way of defending himself. He's down to 1 life, so even if that was an Ice Shield, it wouldn't help at this point. So this is game, but we're going to go ahead and go through the motions, make sure we have stuff on board. Even though he has no hand to stop anything, we want to finish the game properly. And we're deciding whether or not we want to bring the Dino out just to bring the Dino out, but we decide not to. We just swing game. It was a Star Blessed, but we didn't really have anything to help proc that for him. So we go on to game 3. Game 3, he's going first, and he just starts off with a Star Blessed draw, trying to make sure he doesn't run out of resources, as our game plan has kind of changed to make sure that he does run out of resources. That's kind of how we're going for it, and just very destructive. Playing the Eagle for full cost is very weird. I mean, it's not a bad turn 2 play because we have a big 5k body, but very rarely do we ever pay the actual full cost for an Eagle, but we got to do what we got to do here. Now he's getting a couple of spirits that aren't Surveyors, oddly enough. We see the non-Surveyor spirits come out. Cleoness going to help him get some card draw going, because that's really what he needs, is just to make sure he keeps his hand size up, make sure he has resources, and then he just goes full aggro on us, which is what worked for him game 1. So now we got to get the Dino Man back out. The Eagle Dino Man, you're just going to see it constantly in this deck, and then we see Ritual Fire come down. So there's our game plan there. Just get some big hits in. I think we know he's going to have some cores. We're going to probably just chip 1. Oh no, we go full chip. We'll probably have the Ice Shield set if that's the case. Right, so Surveyors has the opportunity to kind of waterfall here. Ryusei finally comes down, and then they can play the Pale Naga, and if he's got more Surveyors in hand, he can really just start flooding board. Their biggest issue again is Raging Tide. If I side decked Raging Tide, that would be a big magic card against the Surveyors, because it just board wipes every turn. So he just does a chip damage, we let it through, and now we end up, I guess because of how we drew into this, we kind of just flood the board, double Eagle, core things up, and now we have a bunch of rather big body spirits. 5k Eagles is definitely bigger than what a lot of the Surveyors are, so we just attempt to just go in. He is going to be forced to... Looks like we're going to chip the block. Now, that should trigger Pale Naga because the Surveyor died, so he should remove a core from something, but it doesn't really destroy anything. So it's just a missed trigger there. We see the Ice Shield proc, but he doesn't have enough cores to not sacrifice Pale. And unfortunately, at this point, I mean, we have board control here, but the camera did die on us. So that is the end of the game, but you kind of make a guess how that one was going to end. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. We'll see you in the next one.